Welcome. This lesson isn't so much to help you learn how to graph a quadratic function, but it is just to recognize which graph is from which equation. Now, the first thing they're going to try to help you emphasize is whether a quadratic is opened down or opened up, whether it's a right side up U or a right side down U. It all comes down to this leading coefficient. If it's negative, it's going to be opened down, or facing down, pointing down. If it's positive, it's going to be pointing up. So that alone is enough to know that the negative 3x squared is this one because it's going down, and the positive x squared is going up. I don't even care about these other two terms. It all depends on this leading term, whether it's opened down when it's negative or up when it's positive. So again here, negative one's opened down, positive one's opened up. Now here, they're both positive. They're both opened up. So the next thing they're going to have you teach you or have you learn is they're going to give you it in factored form. What I like to do is look for the x-intercepts, where this tells us the x-intercept. This quadratic, the f function, has only one x-intercept at the opposite of this positive 8, or negative 8. Negative 8 plus 8 is 0. 0 squared, 0. This one down here has two x-intercepts. One at negative 5, and one at negative 1, because if I plug a negative 5 plus 5 is 0, and 0 times anything is 0. So this had two x-intercepts, where this one only had the one at negative 8. So again, I'm just going to look at the x-intercepts. This has one x-intercept at negative 6. That's right there. So the f function is here. This has two x-intercepts, one at negative 7, one at negative 4. Negative 7, negative 4. So even knowing that one had just one and one had two was enough to help you understand that we're intersecting this x-axis. And maybe I didn't make that clear. We're hitting the x-axis at one spot or two spots for those. So now again, both of these hit the x-axis, that horizontal axis, at one point. This one intersects at a positive 4. That's the positive 4. So the f function intersects at positive 4. This one intersects at negative 7. Negative 7 plus 7 is 0. So negative 7 is right there. Okay, both of these have two x-intercepts, but one is really close at an 8 and at 7. 8 and 7, that's just 8 and 7. So the f function is the close one, 8 and 7, where this one's a little bit further, not much further. One's at negative 9 and negative 7. Negative 9 and negative 7. So hopefully that's starting just to click, that we're just looking for those x-intercepts. Now, these don't have x-intercepts, but now what they're trying to teach you is a vertical shift. This is an x squared function. Well, actually, I'm going to go back to opened up and down. This one's opened up. This one's opened down. That was even quicker than doing the vertical shift of -5 down and +1 up. Here, again, they're giving you the factored form. This has a x-intercept of 1. That's this right here, and it's only the 1. So that f of x is the second polynomial, or quadratic. This one here has only one, doesn't have any x-intercepts. It's actually just shifted 2 down. So, and it's opened down, and this little -2 is how it's shifted down, if there's no middle term. This isn't shifted down 1, if you'll notice. So don't confuse that. But here, again, x-intercepts. This has one x-intercept, so that f function I know is this one right here because it only had one. This has two x-intercepts. This has two x-intercepts. It has an x-intercept of 0 and an x-intercept of -3. Okay, both of these have one x. Oh, one's opened up, one's opened down. So opened up, opened down. Opened up, opened down. All right, now they're giving us 4. So it looks like we have 2 that are opened down, 2 that are opened up. So I'm going to find the 2 that are opened up. That's the two top ones, which is the two top ones, which is nice. This one has an x-intercept of 5. That's this one. So the f function is this one. The other one that's opened up, the x squared plus 5, must be the other one. Now the 2 that are opened down, we have one that has an x-intercept of 9. Here's our x-intercept of 9. So that's the h function. The h function has the x-intercept of 9. That must the remainder one is this one that shifted down 3. Okay, so I have, it looks like 2 opened up, 2 opened down. So I'm going to look at the 2 that are opened up. That's the 2 middle ones are opened up. This one has an x-intercept of 0 and 5. So the one that's opened up with the 0 and 5. So that means the h function is this first graph. This one is opened down. Well, let's do the other opened one because there's only other one that's opened up, I mean. That's the x to the 4th. That's this one right here. This is the only other one that's opened up. Now I have the 2 that are opened down. That's this top one and this bottom one. This one has 2 x-intercepts at 3 and 7, 3 and 7. So the k is this one, which means the other one that's opened down, which is this top one, f of x, is all the way down here. I'm going to try to make this a little easier for myself. I'm going to reduce the size of this so I can see them a little better. Hopefully you can still see that well enough. Okay, so I have, looks like 3 that are opened up, 1 that's opened down. So the one that's opened down is the k. Take care of that one right off the bat. We have one that has 2 x-intercepts, one that has 1 x-intercept, and one that doesn't have any x-intercepts. So this one is the one that doesn't have any x-intercepts, the g function. This one has 2 x-intercepts at 4 and 8, and that's the h function, has the 2 intercepts, and this one would have the 1 x-intercept. Again, I have 2 opened up, 2 opened down. So this one has 2 x-intercepts and it's opened down. That's this one. So the f function goes here. This is opened up and it has 2 x-intercepts. This is the only one that has 2 x-intercept that's opened up. So the g function is this one. That means the other one that's opened up must be this one, and the other one that's opened down must be this one. I'm going to jump ahead here. I think that probably won't get any more difficult than this. So yep, all the exact same. If you have any questions on how to do this, remember, what I'm looking for is these factored forms. I'm looking for the x and y intercepts. I'm looking to see if there's a negative, if it's opened up or down. So we have 2 that are opened down, the first 2 that are opened up, the second 2. So the one that's the bottom one that's opened up has 2 x-intercepts. So this 91, I'm going to open up 2 x-intercepts. This one doesn't have any x-intercepts. So that's going to be this one. This one has 2 x-intercepts at 2 and 3. So the g function has 2 x-intercepts. You can see there 1, 2, and this one only has 1 x-intercept, which must be the remaining one. I'm going to call that good. If you have any questions, please bring them to class, and I will help you go through this, but it should go very, very fast. I recommend you get 100 on this one. Get a little extra credit. Even you, George.